have started. Let's, yeah.
Okay. It's a live okay, right? I'm okay.
It's yellow, Divya. Jhansi, you can start the recording after 2 minutes when the program starts.
Hello, everyone. This is Divya Nadimpalli, joining from Dallas. I welcome you all to this wonderful 21 days program honoring Patriji. These sessions are collaborative effort of many organizations to name them: Beam from Germany, Omega Pyramid Team, and Meditation Magic Team from USA, PSM USA, PSM Global also from USA. We also have PSM UK collaborating with us today. Briefly about Patriji. Patriji is our beloved guru, our friend, and our guide. He's the founder of PSSM, Pyramid Spiritual Societies Movement. And this program is dedicated for him as a tribute. And we're going to hear all the experience of the masters across the globe about what impacted them, about Patriji, what inspired them, and what has they have been doing with his empowerment today. Today we have a wonderful speaker from Germany. He's none other than Ramesh Gajjala. He's born in India and he's moved to Germany in the year 2016 along with his wife Madhu. He's a mechanical engineer by profession and he's been introduced to meditation by his father. We're going to hear more about his journey from his own words. Welcome, Ramesh. Thank you so much for coming today, Ramesh.
Thanks a lot, Divya.
We would like to hear a little bit more about your parents and your family to start with, and we're going to want you to share about Patriji and your journey with him.
Yes. So thanks a lot for bringing up this wonderful program. And I'm very happy being here and sharing my experiences, my journey, and what we can take into our own lives from all these experiences so that we can all, take things forward that is helping us, helping everyone around us, the society, and even the planet in itself. So congratulations and thanks for having me. And my journey into meditation started at a young age, thanks to my father particularly, and his quest to experience the truth led the whole family into the same path. So I remember all through my life, since I was a very, very young boy, that he was going behind every spiritual organization that was there in India at that time. And every 2-3 years, he used to change to a different spiritual organization, experiencing what that spiritual master used to say, try it out. And then after he realizes there is nothing more here and that he is not fully satisfied, rather he is not reaching to what he was searching, then he used to go to a different society. So we as well as a family used to follow my father. And so we had an opportunity to live his seeking. And in a way, we were forced to follow whatever he was doing. It was not so pleasant as a young boy, but as I look back, I really realize how much it is of a blessing, because we need not go through the same journey trying out to find out what is what is truth and various paths, etc., etc. So it naturally happened. And his quest into all this search ended when he came into silence, basically. So all the noise ended into silence as he came into contact with Patriji, and that he came into, Anapanasati meditation. So this was back in 1998. I was 16 years at that time. And you can imagine, as a young boy, all the regular things that goes on apart from education, running behind the curriculum, we were introduced into a different space of life. And at that particular time, of course, I was not interested in enlightenment. I was not interested in bigger things. The only thing I was more curious about was, how is it going to help me in my studies? And I was resisting to start practicing it because of all the journey I had until then. Because, my father used to move from one organization to another organization, and our home was a library. So every 2-3 years, all the books, all the cassettes, all the discourses, all the everything used to change. And by the time I was 16, I was kind of vexed. I thought, now this is a new guru entering into our family. And I kind of resisted at that time. And however, what attracted me was the change I noticed in my father. So he completely changed how he started interacting with us. I would say, in the past, before he was in meditation, he was very violent in his approach. What I should do, you must do. There is no negotiation there. We must follow whatever he used to follow. However, I noticed that once he started practicing meditation, the way he used to convey things completely changed. And in a way that brought change in the way we looked at things in whatever he was sharing. So I was closely observing, because very soon he came into meditation. Few months later, he became healthier, and he gave up the medicines that he was dependent upon all through his life. And that was a big change in our lives, because as a middle class family, where good part of his income was spent on medicines, suddenly was available because he became healthier and he stopped taking all these medicines. So that was a positive observation from my side. And I said, okay, this thing has something new. And then he started immediately sharing the practice of meditation, expanding from the family to our neighbors and to everyone he started to come across. And I observed the same thing. Whoever sat into meditation, whoever started their practice of Anapanasati meditation, there were all these positive changes I noticed. They used to become more loving, and they naturally started to, resonate joy in their words, in their acts, and as well, they were becoming healthier. So that further was a confirmation of what I witnessed in my father's experience. And then I said, let me give a try. And my experiments with meditation, in a way, I can say, started out of curiosity, looking at the examples that were around me. And, my experiences were neither different to what they all had experienced. First was health. So I noticed that whenever I was sick, it could be cold, cough, fever, just a 10 minutes meditation was my pill. So instantly, I was impressed by how fast this meditation is helping, healing. And next observation was my focus on the studies. So anything I was studying, was instantly memorized, and I was performing well in exams. And as well, whenever I used to meditate, my sleep time used to reduce, which means I could spend more time reading. So these were the benefits that I was attracted to at that time. And I was not a regular meditator. However, I was a fan of meditation. So I never came off from being connected to meditation. I was always using meditation for my needs. And eventually, life had given me more opportunities, which means my life had given me more needs as I grew. And then I went into my professional work. So stress was another factor. So then I already had a tool. I knew what should I do whenever there is a challenge. So I went more frequently to meditation. That way, I became a regular meditator. So becoming a regular meditator, I was always seeking for my physical, mental, psychological wellness, never into my spiritual well-being, because that was not my seeking at that time. And my seeking into spiritual well-being only started after I got married, after I started reading more and more books. Initially, my focus were mostly related to scientific aspect of meditation, and later that moved into the spiritual aspects of life. So, so I realized that, meditation is everything. Meditation is a source of everything. If we can choose one thing in life, if I can choose one thing in my whole life, I would, without a single thought, would simply say I would choose meditation, because meditation had made my life. And without meditation, I would say I'm not here. I'm not here where I am in regards with my understanding of life, in my understanding of various things. So just by sitting silent, one can experience, everyone can experience. And all this is because of one person, and that is Patriji. And we're all gathered here for the next 21 days, each of the master coming and sharing, how this one person who had become such a grand light in their lives, which means a grand light in millions of people's lives in this world. So this brings to me, a bit more details of when I met Patriji. So I met Patriji for the first time in the same year when meditation came into our family. So in the year 1998. So Patriji was as well young like me at that time, very young. And he was furious, a furious person. And I remember him as a rebel. So he used to come to the hometown where we used to belong, Kadapa, a small town in Andhra Pradesh, south of India. And he used to visit almost once a month. And there used to be a day event or few hours event happening. And all his sessions were so very rebellious, very furious. His energy was at its peak. And I used to think, why this guy is so furious? Why meditation is not helping him to be peaceful and calm? And all the things he used to share were straightforward. They were like piercing. And everything he used to share, he used to say things like, why you are doing idol worship? Throw your idols outside. Focus on your breath. So the way with which he was sharing, he was never bothered about if people will like him, if people will listen to him. He was never bothered about followers. He always thought about speaking the truth. He always gave the highest spiritual wisdom. It may be painful for the receivers because of their own way of understanding things. but he never bothered in delivering the right message. And even in my family, that was a very, very big thing. In Indian families, one of the most common things when people wake up and until the end of the day is an idol worship. Even in my family, that was a big shock. So embracing meditation, it was kind of a hurdle for them to move into this new way of understanding spirituality. So for me, I saw him as very, very angry man in my initial days. That is how I remember him. And indeed, I never approached him because I was very afraid of his way of sharing things. And and then as I grew up, as I understood all the truths he was sharing, I realized that that is the way that was needed in order for people to embrace certain things in the right way. So people who were ready, waiting for the right knowledge, who were ready to guide their own lives in the right way, were there. And who were not used to fly away. And that is how all these masters base in PSSM had formed. So he had created masters. He never created a follower. And he always said, you are a master. He always said, my dear friends, my dear masters, my dear gods. He never said, my dear followers. So, and he always walked the path. He always walked what he spoke. And that brings in similar awareness into everyone who used to look at him. He never said, do it like this. We always did by seeing what he is doing, because those were direct lessons. It was not just by his words, but by his actions that I personally learned a lot. Because we listening to certain discourse is one aspect, but really seeing things happening in front of our eyes really impacted me. So Patriji was one such greatest gift in my life. And, I have to consider very fortunate to have him in this lifetime, sharing, so much time with him. And I saw him, he was very, 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 very passionate person, passionate towards his work. So he said, whatever you do, do it with full intensity. And the intensity with which he worked all through the time I have seen him is unimaginable, the intensity with which he used to work. So we have to be, as we understand this, that we have to be very passionate, constantly, sincerely, seriously working towards what we are passionate about. We have to be very conscious about understanding what we want. So what we want to do. And we will only do right things when we truly connect to our own self. And that is going to happen when we meditate and meditate and meditate. When we listen to experiences, listen to experiences, listen to experiences. When we read books and read books. So dhyanam, swadhyayam, sajjana sangatyam. So meditation, reading books, and sharing experiences and listening to experiences. So the more we do this, the more we realize what is right to be done. And that energy that comes out of our regular practice of meditation is directed in the right direction. So those were, he was a constant reminder of these things. He was like a reminder every time we listen to him, we see at him, we look at him. He was always a reminder, hey, wake up. Hey, you have to do it, live like that. So this is what I saw him all through my life. And as I said, he never was seeking seekers. He always made everyone a master. So I had as well, let's say then as time passed by the year 2010, let's say I got married to Madhu and we were in Egypt, we got close to him, not because we were practicing meditation, but because we started sharing the practice of meditation to everyone. So I can say, there were two dimensions in my spiritual journey. One is meditating for myself, and the second one is when I started sharing the practice of meditation to everyone. There are two completely different dimensions. I think we got closer to Patriji only after we started sharing the practice of meditation to everyone, which started in the year 2010 when we were living in Egypt. That is when we realized, the purpose of our life is not just experiencing the beauty of meditation, but as well to share that beauty that we are experiencing. It's of, the greatest statements always says that the purpose of life is finding why you are here, and the beauty of life is giving away that you find in your life. So we realized, we experienced the beauty of meditation. Just like as I said, if I need to choose one thing in my life, it is meditation. Then if it is adding so much beauty in my life, the only thing I have to do is to share that meditation practice. That had become our life purpose. And then when we started sharing our journey, when we started sharing the meditation to our friends in Egypt, that is when naturally we got closer, and Patriji as well was started visiting Egypt very frequently. So the journey from 2010 until we left Egypt, Patriji used to visit Egypt twice a year, and we had such a wonderful opportunity to spend time with him and to closely observe him. One of the striking things is the equanimity he used to shower. He used to look at everyone, spend time with everyone equally, with equal intensity. He used to listen to a very beginner's experience as intensely and as curiously as he listens to a very senior master's experience. There is no difference at all. Equanimity. And how easily he was approachable. He at any given point of time, anyone has a question, anyone would like to ask something, he was available. He never looked at, oh, it's already 10:30 p.m., it's time to get back. Never was the case. He used to carry people, okay, let's go, let's on the way talk. Okay, come home, let's have dinner together and then continue our discussion. So equanimity is something I have seen practically from his life. And, the journey since then, which is from 2010, when we started following our soul's path, our life purpose, it was great. It was great. So I invite everyone for this reason, that connect to your own self. This is what Patriji had given to all of us, said to all of us. Connect to your own self, and understand why we are here in this lifetime. What are we contributing to our own self, to our own life? And at the same time, what are we contributing to the people around? Because the more we contribute to our own self, that is when we start to understand the right ways to contribute to the people around as well. So, and then he said two important things in all through his life. He said, Himsa chodo, Hamsa pakado, means become non-violent and become closer to your friend, which is the breath. So leave the violence and connect to the breath. So that is what he said. So the plant-based diet, this is the most important thing. He always said, even if you don't meditate, that's fine, but become a plant-based, let's say, take the plant-based diet. So these were the things. And then in this Himsa Chodo, which is becoming non-violent, it is as well to be, even in our relationships, being non-interferent and then non-judgmental. All these wonderful things, they were added as one embraces the practice of meditation. So first thing, we have to be consciously choosing our right diet. And with the practice of meditation, rest of the aspects of non-violence, which is non-judgmental, and non-interference, they will automatically integrate, because we become the best part of our own self. When we become the best part of our own self, we never depend upon the outside conformities. So we experience the freedom from within, then we let everyone in every relationship as well experience the freedom outside. So these are the two important things he always said, himsa chodo, hamsa pakado, be non-violent, and do anapanasati, breath awareness meditation. So, and then he is the one who got all the new age masters into our lives. So he had shared, and he had read n number of books. He had written so many books, and then he had introduced all these books into our lives. How many books? Innumerable books. Every book he shared, he spoke about, are truly, life changing. So he always said that, and I always witnessed him whenever he used to come to Egypt. Not a single moment I have seen him wasting. Either he is reading a book, or either he is correcting some books or magazines, or either he is teaching about meditation or listening to experiences, or either he is cooking. Never and ever I have seen him wasting a single, not a single moment. So we all have to utilize our life, because if we are not utilizing, we are wasting our life. Because we all have the same time, we have to make sure that we are rightly utilizing it. And I have seen Patriji, such a great user of every single moment. And and then PSSM is such a wonderful organization, wonderful group of great masters he had created, and such a non-religious and such a spiritual scientific temperament that is available here. Such an open space he had created. Everyone is a master. There is no hierarchy. Everyone is a master from day one, who is there, until who is there from the day one when it was started. So everyone are all same. And he always said, we are all co-creators. We have to realize this. We all must realize this, that we are all co-creators. That is why he always said we are all gods. So that is important. And as well, he left with all of us these 18 guiding principles. Always following these 18 guiding principles, we know that we are on the right path. And I now feel that although he is not in his physical body, he is present through his teachings. He is present through each master of PSSM, sharing the same truth, sharing the same vision through their own work. So Patriji is multiplied by all the pyramid masters now, and that is what he had, he had passed on to all of us. So, that's the wonderful aspect of it. And he as well basically said, we have to always be in service. In the end, whenever we are sharing our experiences, the third aspect, sajjana sangatya, whenever we are sharing experiences, we are in service, and that is when we can experience the oneness. The more we keep sharing our experiences, we are basically doing a great service to our own self. So please do share your experiences. So meditating is as equally important as sharing our experiences. So whatever you experiences, he always said, if you have experienced A, you just simply speak about A. If you have experienced A and B, you share it about A and B. So never stop yourself from sharing. Keep on sharing, because only through sharing, when we share, that we have experienced become concrete within our own self as we keep sharing that. And then we get to experience C, and at the same time, we are doing a great service to others, which means we are serving to our own self. So please as well share your experiences. And there is one more thing I would like to share. In whenever he used to come to Egypt, and then almost all his visits to Egypt at that time were almost for a week to 10 days. And whenever he used to visit, we used to make maximum utilization of his presence by arranging various sessions. All through those years, he never said, why 2 sessions per day or 3 sessions per day. He was always available. Nevertheless, of his very tight schedule, he used to go inside the pyramid with all those people who used to visit from India. And on the same day, we used to arrange another session. He never used to say, you know what, we are just returning from pyramid, let's take rest. He was always available. And after 1 week, 10 days of his intense sessions and then trips in Egypt, the next day when he used to arrive in India, we were completely tired. And we always used to take few days of rest to recover. And surprisingly, when we call him the next day as he lands in India, he used to be already on the road to go to some other program. And then he used to explain us, I just finished, landed 6 o'clock in the morning in Hyderabad. 10 o'clock, we inaugurated a pyramid in this place. And now I'm traveling to this town. By evening, there is a program. And tomorrow morning, we have to go to this. So there was a constant plan. And we used to wonder, you see, we were here receiving him. And then basically, we were just supporting the program, and he was mostly doing. And he had arrived traveling, and then already he is in his journey to, on the work. And that is when we realized, when how much intensely he used to have the passion to share, to serve, to speak the truth. And when we continuously see that, that is what we become. When we continuously hear that, that is what we become. So he was such an inspiration. And we saw the same thing in the year 2018. So 2017, we moved from Egypt to Germany. And then in 2017, then 2018, he also made a visit in Europe. And in 2018, he was not fully keeping up well physically. And we went to receive him in Switzerland. And indeed, that was the first time we saw he came on a wheelchair out of the airport. And even with that physical condition, he never said, let me take rest. He was always available. And all the sessions that were planned, we were of a concern, shall we take him or not? But he was always there, never complaining. So with such a great passion, he was there available to everyone. He always wanted to reach each and every person in every nook and corner of this world. Whoever had a curiosity to connect to the truth, he was available. So now he had shared this same passion to each and every pyramid master across the world, carrying his mission forward. So I'm so grateful to Patriji, and I'm very grateful to each and every pyramid master here who is continuously working, sharing the same passion, spreading the word of meditation, vegetarianism, and pyramid power. He had even introduced this wonderful tool of pyramids into our lives, the greatest tools to enhance, one's evolution, enhance the wellness of Mother Earth. So all the pyramid masters working through his mission, through his, passion. So I'm very grateful to all of them. So I encourage everyone to listen to his audios, to listen to his interviews, to read all the books he had recommended. There are huge list of books. If you go on the PSSM website, you can see them. You can listen to his videos on PMC, Spotify, YouTube, so many sources. So let us all utilize, this particular time. We are all in this lifetime, and we have to utilize this lifetime and celebrate this grandly. When can we celebrate this grandly? Only when we let our life live to the fullest of our soul's purpose. So let us all live fullest to our soul's purpose. That is when, we can grandly celebrate our life. So, so thanks a lot. This is what I felt of sharing today. And, we will look forward to listen to rest of the masters that will come on this platform and share their journey with Patriji. So he had been such a wonderful guiding light in all our lives. And yeah, thank you. Thank you, Divya, and thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you so much, Ramesh. So, one question. So, what is a quality that you like the most in Patriji?
What is
The
the?
quality of Patriji that you like the most?
So, as a human, from a human perspective, what I particularly liked and what I really kind of put effort consciously to replicate is the equanimity. So, the equanimity he had shown with everyone. So, there is no difference between a very, very newcomer to a very experienced senior master. The intensity with which he used to approach, as he used to listen to their, to each one of them, that is what really connected to me. One of the qualities, if I have to choose. But yeah, everything that he had shared is so beautiful.
Yes, Ramesh, definitely agree. It's not that easy to be economist in every moment. We tend to be economists in some aspects, but not in every day and every moment. Thank you. And one more question, Ramesh. What is the best concept you got connected to Patriji?
Okay, very
The
interesting.
concept that empowered you. Yeah.
Yes. So, so his concept that really made me change in the way I used to live is we are co-creators. We create our own realities. So that those are the statements that keep resonating in my in my thoughts always. And we are constantly creating through our thoughts, and so we have to be very aware of our thoughts. So that is something that had shifted my way of living. And yeah, and the other beauty,
Great, Ramesh. And
he had explained all the spiritual concepts in such a ease way. All, if we listen to all his
simplified way.
speeches, the ease in which he shares the spiritual wisdom.
Yes. Yes, simplified is so much for us to understand very easily for all of us. And if you have to describe Patriji in one word, what would you describe?
This is a very, I can say, a complete man, a complete man. And he was a friend, he was a guide, he was a guru. Whatever character you pull in, he fits into that. So yeah, I can define him as a complete man, a complete man. And that is what he as well inspires everyone to become a complete man.
So true, Ramesh. And we would like to know a little bit about Beam, Ramesh. What inspired you to start Beam? And how did this
So
happen?
correct. So when we were in Egypt and we started the meditation journey there, sharing with everyone, um, Patriji was there, and then he said, we have to name it breath, energy, health, meditation. So that is how we started our journey there in Egypt. And when we moved to Germany, he said, we have to add something more here. And then he said, breath, energy, awareness, meditation, beam. So that is how beam came into existence. And it's a name given by Patriji in Egypt and as well here in Germany. And since then, so basically from 2017, all the activities that we are doing here in Germany and across Europe is done on the name of beam, yet it's the same thing, it's basically the PSSM version, which is the beam here.
Wonderful, Ramesh. Thank you so much. I got goosebumps listening to some of your experience with Patriji. So, friends, any questions for Ramesh? Please raise your hands. No questions, Ramesh. I think you have explained everything so clearly. And thank you. We would like to go into meditation now. Mirani, can you please share the music? Hello, friends. The meditation that we do here is called breath meditation. All we need to do is sit comfortably, cross your legs, clasp your hands, fingers into fingers, and you observe your normal, natural, easy flowing breath. No chanting of any mantra and no visualizations. It's the most simplest yet profound meditation technique. Kindly be with your breath. Last 2 minutes, my dear friends. Kindly be with your breath. Okay, my dear friends. Slowly open your palms. Place them on your eyes for 5 seconds. And slowly open your eyes. Thank you so much, Ramesh. I personally feel so privileged to have that I met you in person and had some spent some time with you and Madhu in Egypt. So I really get inspiration from you guys. So keep on doing the work you're doing and keep inspiring us. I believe that you inspire so many people around the world as well. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming today as a speaker.
Thank you, Divya, for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, friends. We'll meet again tomorrow, same time, with one other grandmaster. See you all tomorrow. Thank you. Have a good day, friends. Thank you.